What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, back with another video, and today I want to talk about a pretty serious topic. This is something that I personally haven't had to experience or anything because of the type of job I have, but it is something that makes me worried about what I've always wanted to do growing up, and that thing is, believe it or not, being someone who makes video games, being a game developer or working for a game studio or something, right? Because when I was younger, the original plan I had for myself was, I'm going to start off with a job at GameStop where I'm surrounded by games all the time, and then I'm going to go ahead and, work my way up to getting an internship or a job somewhere else that is at a company that, I play their games of, like maybe Activision or Epic Games or Blizzard or insert other company here, Mojang, Microsoft, just some company out there that makes things I enjoy. But every time that I've kind of just sat here and watched the news regarding gaming and, companies that make games, all that type of stuff, or even software type of things, I've noticed a common trend specifically in the tech industry, and that is layoffs. I mean, in 2024 alone, in the first 2 months right now, right? Mainly just the first month, there have been there's been an insane amount of layoffs. There's everywhere you look, it's been like 22,000 layoffs or something, some insane number. And it just feels like every single day there's another layoff. There's just news about it over and over and over again. And there's just nothing you can really see and have faith in when it comes to tech jobs, because every company that you've wanted to work for or whatever else, you hear these stories about how, out of nowhere, we decided to lay off like half of the dev team or something. And it's just like, that's a company I wanted to work for when I was younger, and now there's a company that I probably don't want to work for. They're a company I'm scared of just because of the fact that the job security isn't there. And like my TikTok, for example, right? I see a lot of TikToks now talking about how a tech job is the modern day equivalent of like an art degree or something. I don't know how true that is. I have friends who do art. I love their art and everything else, but I do kind of get it, right? There's a lot of people doing tech jobs. There's a lot of opportunities out there. And I mean, especially with AI and stuff, it is scary in general for like a lot of people's jobs for if they'll be able to keep their job or not, right? Job security, all that type of stuff is kind of out the window right now. And specifically in tech areas, there's been so many layoffs about the company just being like, hey, it's not your fault at all. You're a great employee, but we made the mistake of hiring too many people. So you're going to have to go bye-bye, right? And it just makes me scared to ever have this passion I have of doing technology related stuff as something I do, right? It just makes me worried that I don't ever want a tech job, right? It makes me worried that the thing I've had a passion on, the thing I focused on during high school, middle school, every year of my life basically, is something that I can't really enjoy because of the fact that there's layoffs after layoffs after layoffs nonstop. And if anything, I'm just more scared than anything about a future where I'm not doing YouTube or whatever else when it comes to technology, because I have a passion in technology. I would love to get a tech job, but at the same time, it feels like it's impossible at this point. Sure, you can get a job or whatever, but at the same time, it feels like regardless of when you get a job or how you get a job, there's no guarantee that it's going to be a good choice for you. There's no guarantee that you're going to be there for more than a year. Who knows if you're one of the special few who get to stay at that job for a long time, or if you're just going to be another person who ends up getting laid off after a year or two because the company made a little oopsie and decided that, we didn't mean to actually hire you at the time when we hired you. It is something that I've just constantly thought about, and if anything, just seeing tech jobs in general and seeing layoffs after layoffs, not even related to tech field, but just layoffs in general, right? Hearing about it all the time, if anything, just makes me worried about the things I'm passionate about and if I'll ever be able to have a career post YouTube in that field, or if I'm going to have to go and get a job somewhere that I'm not going to enjoy in a genre or, like a setting that isn't something I would be passionate about. I have no clue. And I understand a job isn't to have a passion about something. A job isn't to go ahead and be like, I love doing this. It's to make money, right? People have jobs so that they can buy things, so that they can get stuff that they enjoy, and so that they can have that money to spend on other experiences or whatever that they want to actually have in their life. So having these moments right here where it's like, hey, I don't know if I want to have a job or whatnot, it just feels like, that is just kind of going to keep happening, and those type of thoughts and everything are just not going to go away ever again. And it's just really a situation where having a normal job in general just feels so scary. And not even in general having a job scary, right? Because I mean, if you look at the news, not even just related to tech, but absolutely everywhere, there's layoffs, there's people having a terrible time trying to actually get a job, and not even just, related to the layoffs, of course, but just in general. I've seen so many stories constantly over and over and over again about someone applying to like 400 jobs, 500 jobs, an insane amount, multi-hundred jobs or whatever else, and not being able to actually get it because of one reason or the other. The job's like, oh, we can't do this for whatever guaranteed reason or whatever, thing they give out there, whatever excuse basically exists. And it just feels like every single time there is some type of news, every single time there is something going on relating to that type of world, it just always happens to be people failing to get jobs because companies aren't really hiring anyone. And it does make me very worried about the future, right? It does make me worried just about everything, not even just the layoffs, because it just feels like, if anything, jobs, the thing you would get so that you could be able to afford to live and stuff, are getting harder to actually obtain and come by. And doing anything else, right? Going ahead and doing absolutely anything in life has a risk factor of, oh, it's too high, it's too expensive to actually have this as a livable thing, or some other third thing, right? It just feels like it's impossible to just exist on Earth anymore, because everything is going up in price. People are having a terrible job actually finding a job, a way to live or whatever else, because everything is hiring less and less people. So the world gets more expensive at the expense of the average person not being able to do anything, right? Not being able to actually choose and pick how they're going to be able to successfully take care of themselves. And it is worrying. It is a crazy thing to kind of talk about, but it is a serious issue. And it's something that I've kind of had on my mind for a while now, because there is no resolution I've really seen. There is no job security going on, unless you're like working in the tech field, or not even tech field, right? But if you're working in like AI, maybe in AI you would be able to actually have some security for yourself. But at the exact same time, there isn't really that security either, because like you're technically making a thing that is set to remove your chances at having a job, because you're designing a program, you're designing artificial intelligence that is made to complete tasks for you. And sure, making coding programs, doing that type of stuff normally is used to make your life easier, to make it so you have less things you have to manually do yourself. But with AI, artificial intelligence, it is getting to the point where I've talked to some people who do Fortnite leaks and stuff, and they'll be like, yeah, I have this program for the Fortnite Festival daily champ tracks or whatever, it notifies me, and that program made entirely in AI. I did not code a single bit of it. And it's like, wow, give it like a year ago, every program required coding. You would have to go to GitHub, find the proper coding or whatever else. But nowadays, AI just kind of does all of it. So with that said, hope you champs and champions enjoyed this video. I would love to hear your opinions regarding this whole topic down below, regarding just layoffs being scary, regarding job security and all that stuff just kind of being non-existent right now, and regarding how the future is kind of headed, because it feels like a very vague time when I don't even know what the future is, right? I don't know what is and isn't possible, because it feels like nothing's possible. It feels like regardless of what's happening, it's all just a potential chance of you maybe getting a job, but maybe you don't get anything at all, and maybe it's just all going to end up falling face first, and all the things that you thought you could go ahead and enjoy, all the things you thought you were going to be able to, do in life, you're just unable to actually do any of it because of the fact that you don't have a way to make money, because jobs aren't hiring, jobs are laying people off more than anything, and it's just a terrible, scary time. So until next time, hope champs and champions enjoyed today's video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and peace out.